So I've heard these two terms, home appraisal and home inspection. And I gotta be honest, I'm not sure what the difference is.
What a great question. Home inspection versus home appraisal. Well, what people don't realize is the appraisal is actually for the lender. It's not even for the buyer. That lender is going to be doing an appraisal to make sure the house is worth at least what you're paying for it. They also want to make sure that the smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are in, the water heater is strapped and braced. But other than that, they really are not doing much else unless it's an FHA loan. Then they'll turn on the stove and turn on the heating and air conditioning, make sure it works. Other than that, there's nothing else they're looking at. When you have a home inspection, that home inspector is working on your behalf, not the lenders, and they're going through and they're opening and closing every door in the house, every cabinet. They are running all the plumbing, not just like one faucet. They're running everything and even everything at the same time to make sure that the flow is good. They are taking care of looking at the roof and making sure that everything looks good. They go up in the attic and make sure there's been no leaks or signs of that there's been previous leaks. They're going through everything in the house to make sure it is working and working properly. They aren't just turning on the heating and air conditioning, they're actually checking the temperatures to make sure that they're coming out at the proper temperatures. But in addition to a home inspection, a lot of times we'll recommend having even a sewer line inspection or a roof inspection. Depending upon sometimes what the home inspector finds out, you may even want to do additional inspections. So in my opinion, the home inspection is the most important thing you can do in the home purchasing process and the best money you spend. Because you know what? If you don't buy that house because of something that comes up on an inspection, it's obviously going to be something that costs a lot more than the inspection itself.
Right.
And there's a lot of times that's going to give us negotiating power because now we can go to the seller and say, you know what? We did the inspection and these things are wrong with the house. Now, mind you, that being said, if you're walking through the house and it has some scrapes on the walls or there's a crack in the driveway, those are not things that you can really ask the seller to do. Those are things you should negotiate in the price up front. What you're looking for are things that are not working that you would not have known about. The dishwasher's not working. There's a leak under the sink. Things that you wouldn't have seen as just walking through the home.
Okay.
So home inspections are super important. The appraisal, believe it or not, if you're putting over 20% down, there's a lot of times that we actually get an appraisal waiver even because if they do a desktop appraisal at the lenders, they can say, oh, you know what, we know this house is worth more than what they're paying for it or at least as much as they're paying for it, and we don't even do an appraisal. But you still want to have that home inspection. It's super, super important.
Okay.